New Year's Eve festivities happening all across the Lowcountry today, but for some, the holiday is a chance to showcase their rich and unbreakable bond of shared history. Morris Brown AME Church held a watch night service today to celebrate Freedom's Eve. Live 5's Jenna Horezo was there today and joins us with why this day is so important to those who take part in the Gullah Geechee culture.
Watch Night is a Gullah Geechee cultural celebration that commemorates when President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863. It's a tradition that began about 160 years ago and is still celebrated today.
So Freedom's Eve, the night before this actual proclamation came into existence, that's where our African ancestors were singing and praying and worshiping and celebrating the possibility of freedom. And so it did come to pass, but only in those 10 Confederate states. So not all of the states around the world were all free people. So that's where Juneteenth has come into play, because it was 2 years later that the folks in Texas didn't even know that the enslaved people were freed.
Reverend Demet Jenkins says Freedom's Eve is central to Gullah Geechee culture, and it's important to educate others about its significance.
We have to remember our history, and we have to teach that. So it's not just about coming to church the day before New Year's Day, just because it's New Year's Day, but it's why we come to church.
Those who attended today's watch night came together to honor African Americans' unbreakable bond of shared history and to celebrate the triumphs of their ancestors. The celebration was put on by the Gullah Geechee Cultural Heritage Corridor National Heritage Area. Angel Parsons is the program director for the corridor and says this is the event's 7th year at Morris Brown AME. She says watch night is a chance to celebrate freedom through singing and dancing, as well as an opportunity to hear personal testimonies and come together as a community to unite past and present.
As an African American person, we are often told who we are not, what we cannot accomplish. And so for many of our community folks, there's a hopelessness. And so what we know is that when you educate them about their history and their heritage, that encourages them. They can see themselves in all of these cultural traditions that they thought was just something that grandma made them do or mama made them do.
Parsons says she grew up attending these celebrations right here in the Lowcountry, adding that being part of organizing the event has deepened her connection to her heritage and roots.
My grandmother would say, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going.
She says the Gullah Geechee community is one centered around gathering, and the watch night service is a way of uplifting each other as we enter the new year. Reporting in Charleston, Jenna Horezo, Live 5 News.